Hi everybody, it's me, Carrie, your Stampin' Up! Demonstrator from Farmington Hills, Michigan. I am doing our Tiny Tip Tuesday. So, just getting myself set up here so that I can see what you guys are saying. And if you're on, so hello and welcome. I see that there is somebody watching, so that's good. So let me just do some adjustments while we're waiting for some people to pop on. Today, I am going to be talking about, oh, thanks for the likes. I appreciate them very much. I'm going to be talking about the Awash in Beauty. This is in our annual catalog, and it is one of my favorite sweets. And honestly, I'm going to be honest. I've been doing so many Christmas cards that I needed to think of something else. So I decided I was going to do this. And so if you're looking at it, it's an awesome suite of products. It's on pages 66 and 67 in the annual catalog. You can get everything shown here. The stamps, the dies. This die is killer. I'm going to be showing you that today. And the designer series paper, which is beautiful, and the pearls, which I did not grab those. Why? Iridescent basic pearls. I don't know. I'm using the the ones from the Hydrangea Hill, the pastel pearls. We're going to be using those later today. But anyway, wanted you to see this beautiful suite because it is so freaking amazing. And this is the paper. I took this sheet here and I cut it in half, and that's what we're going to be making 3 cards with today. So this one is a little bit longer. When I cut off this piece, I cut it at 5 1/4 right here. Okay, so imagine that. All right, so that's what I did. And then I cut it into 3 pieces. One piece is 4 inches wide. 2 pieces, well, one is actually like 4 inches also. It's a smidgen under. And then one piece is 3 3/4 and then trimmed down to 5. Okay, you will see when I'm making them what I'm going to do. So they've been talking a lot about in Stampin' Up! Lately is that demonstrators like myself who have been around for a little while, like for myself, it's like 22 years, almost, it will be. We tend to want to go over the top because we just want to show off our skills. Let's be honest. We know how to do it, and so we do it. And a lot of customers do not have the experience. Maybe you're brand new. Maybe you're just starting to get into stamping, or you want to get a friend into stamping, or you're busy today. You just want to get something done. So I'm going to show you 3 cards. This first one is for a beginner. So this is our beginner. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to take the Just Because stamp, which is in the True Beauty stamp set. And this is Marina Mist. I picked that color because the designer series paper tells you what colors coordinate, and Marina Mist is in there. So I'm just going to take this and I'm going to stamp it, pardon my head, which I'm sure will be in camera, in the Marina Mist, just up there. Now that's not done very well. I should have used my Stamparatus, but it's enough just to be up there. Super simple, right? That is it. Then all I'm going to do is, now this is for the beginner, and let's face it, a beginner might stamp crooked. A 22-year-old I wish I was 22 years old. Let's pretend. A 22-year veteran of stamping can stamp crooked. So, there you go. Easy peasy, simple card, right? That's it. It's done. And that's a perfect card for a beginner. You may want to give them a piece of basic white for the inside, but this is light enough that you could write in it. But there you go. First card for a beginner stamper. Super simple, right? And it's gorgeous because the paper is so pretty. So that's my first one. The second one, I'm going to add a punch. I'm going to change up the color that I'm using. I'm going to be using Mary Merlot because that's also a color. Is this one Mary Merlot? Yes. And this one goes with that one. Sorry, I've got 3 projects here, so my brain has to accept what I'm doing. Okay, so now I have another piece. This time my card base is with So Saffron, because that's one of the colors that's in there. Then I have a mat of the Marina Mist. And then this piece is cut 4 inches by 5 1/4. I think this is the one that's cut that way. Yep. So I'm going to go ahead and put this one together because it's got more steps to it. So this one is more for, let's say, there's 3 names and I always forget what they are. So this is someone who's, been doing it for a little while. She's kind of not advanced, but now I forgot, I had the word and then I forgot it. An avid stamper, someone who stamps, often enough. Okay, so that's going to go on there. Then I'm going to put a piece of ribbon on here. This is our beautiful gold shimmer ribbon that is in the mini catalog. Okay, it's $7.50. But if you guys have seen the list, and I think I posted it, I'll post it again later today. It's going on sale December 1st for $3.50 or $3.25. It's 50% off. So, and it's beautiful. Now this is the one that's in the mini catalog. There's also a gold shimmer ribbon, which is smaller and is not so metallic, that is in the annual catalog. That one's sticking around. So as you know, with ribbon, I like to grab a little bit stronger tape, and let me see where I want it and figure out about where I want it. And I'm just adding just a little bit. That is just so that I can hold the tails of the ribbon in place like so. Get it basically even or not even, as the case is with me, as y'all know. As you all know. So there we go. Never stress about your stamping. It's still crooked. What the heck, Carrie? Let's just do this right, please. And now I'm going to mess up the ribbon really bad. All right. Try that again. All right. That looks straight. That's better. This is why you don't, creating and crafting and stamping, it should be fun. If you make a mistake, it's only paper, ribbon. It's not, world crisis stuff. Oh, forgot to fold this. I like to fold my cardstock in half first because it gives me a better idea of when I'm centering. You guys are awful quiet, so say hello. Tell me what's up. What are your plans for Thanksgiving? Are you going to watch tomorrow when I do my Wish List Wednesday? I'm doing the Stamparatus again. It will be taped, so if you're like super busy with holiday prep, don't worry. You can watch it while you're letting your turkey digest on Thursday night or, Friday. Do it before you go your Black Friday sales because you might want the Stamparatus. So, okay, so and that alone, pretty card, right? So that could even be for a beginner, but I'm going to take a scrap, obviously, of some basic white. I'm going to take the Mary Merlot ink pad, and it's one of the newer ones, so it's stiff. I don't use it that often, actually, which is weird. But Mary Merlot is in this piece pretty prominently, so I thought it would be a good choice. So I'm going to stamp that, and this one says, "Here for you always." So I'm going to stamp that right there. Don't like it. I'm going to ink it up some more, stamp it again. I don't like that either. I don't know if I can get it. I don't think it'll fit there. Let me grab another piece. Because you know how I feel about perfectionism, but still we got to give it a shot, right? Better. All right. So now I don't want to use this whole piece, so I'm going to grab my snips and cut it off. Then I'm going to take my lovely, let's see, what is this one called? Oh, I don't know. I see what it was bundled with. I think it's called Double Oval Punch. And I'm going to slide it into this bottom hole. Now, I do turn it upside down. I know many of you do that because it's just a little easier to see. And get it centered-ish. Centered-ish, that is a word. I've just made it up, but I'm going to say it's a word. If you wet your finger, you can usually get it to move where you want. So, still, I mean, I'm having trouble with things being straight today, right? It's like, wow, that one will do, whatever it is. Then I am going to take some Marina Mist, and I am going to, I don't think it'll fit this way, just barely. I am going to punch out the scalloped oval. And I know you know where I'm going with this. I'm going to go ahead and add it to this one. So this is, again, for your, you know, your intermediate stamper. I don't know why I have so much trouble remembering the 3 terms that Stampin' Up! Uses, but it's me. So there's that. So I'm going to keep that one over there. And then I'm going to use dimensionals. So you see, for your newer person, you've got more layers, you've got a ribbon, you've got a punch involved, and now you've got some dimensionals involved with it. So I am going to just put them on the ends like so. And here you go. This is for your in the middle intermediate stamper. Someone who's, you know, pretty much into the hobby, but isn't over the top crazy. So you can see, whoops, you can see you've got the beginner, something simple, the intermediate right there. I think that needs another little piece here because it's acting goofy, right? And that happens, especially one of my creations. They like to be goofy. There you go. And now it's crooked. Oh my gosh, you guys. Can you believe how much I'm being so like crooked today? Oh my, and it's not centered. Anyway, you guys get the idea. You know me. You know how I am. The reason I'm not doing this is because I'm going to fix that. It's driving me crazy. But for a new stamper, it's fine. But you know me. Okay, so now we're going to go into the Avid stamper. Those of us who are a little bit over the top, we get a little nuts with our stamping. I'm still going to use the Mary Merlot ink. I am changing my sentiment to the one that says, "You are a true friend." These are all from the same stamp set, okay? So now I'm going to start with a Marina Mist card base again, like I did for the very first card. There we go. And then I have the cut piece of the Designer Series paper, and then look, that is what this cuts out. So I also, before I cut it, I layered the So Saffron cardstock on one side with our sticky paper. So let's see if I can do this, because seriously, this just barely fits. So I will admit to being nervous to taking it off. Now somewhere in here there are folds, so I can remove all of the sticker paper. And you do want to make sure you get it all off so that it sticks well. See, like it didn't stick there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come back this way and try to peel it back that way. There we go. Now I got it all. Now I can grab this one and hopefully all of it comes off pretty easy. Yep, it did. Okay. Now, if you want to, you can cut this paper piece a little bit larger and then trim it after you put it on. But I'm going to be brave, and I'm going to try to do this manually and see, let's see what happens. It just barely fits because I probably, oh, see, and it really doesn't fit great. So once it's on there, it's pretty much on there, I think. Oh no, yay, I can move it a little bit. Good. So let me try that again. So again, let me remind you, especially if you're new to watching me here on Facebook or YouTube, depending on where you're seeing this. If you were looking for that perfect demonstrator, she's not me. I am so far from perfect, but I have fun. So now I'm just rubbing this really good so that it sticks. So there we go. Isn't that pretty? It's already so stinking pretty. So now before I mat it to the card front, I know that I'm going to put ribbon on it, but I have used the dies and I pre-cut them with the designer series paper, and I cut a bunch of pieces out. I even cut one. Look at this one. This one was from the edge of the paper. Let me show you what piece I used. I used this piece, and it was cut out over here. But see how this one's cut off? It's the same thing. It was just on that side. But look, I mean, this is pretty just as a background for a card. But this is where all of these will cut out. And of course, you know, I have to remind you that when we're talking about dies cutting out the designer series paper, the stamps are there. So once your paper is gone, you can still recreate these. And these are the kind of stamps that create the dimensional looks like this right here and that right there. When you stamp it, it's going to give you that look. I'm not really doing that on stamping today, but I wanted you guys to be aware of it because it is really cool when you can cut it out with the designer series paper. It's really awesome. But I don't ever want you to think that that's your limits in life. So I definitely want to use this piece, but that's a problem, right? I could stick it off to the side, which I considered, but for this design, all I'm going to do is I'm going to reach over here and I'm going to trim it so that that piece goes away. Okay, so now there, I'm good, right? All is well. Now I'm just going to use my liquid glue, just a few dabs, because I don't want it to be like oozy, because those are deadly. Haha, yes, that was a very bad joke. It was almost a dad joke. And I'm going to set this one over here, and I'm going to do the same thing with this one. I'm going to set it over here. Okay, going in the other direction. Then, I just think this is pretty, so I'm going to put that one in the center, but I'm going to pop that one up with some dimensionals. So you can see how this is becoming more of an advanced or, you know, a fancier design than perhaps some of the other ones were. I'm going to use some half pieces here. So you guys use all of your dimensionals, right? You grab all of these little pieces and use them up because they work just fine. I know I've told this story 1,000 times, but way back when I was fairly new, I remember when there were dimensionals that were pages like this, but they were cut out in circles and excuse me, they were separated from each other. So you had all this waste. And people were throwing that out. I'm like pulling it out of the trash going, I'll use that. Thank you. And I did. So, yeah, I love these because there's like no way you can waste unless you screw up, which is also a possibility with me, as you well know. So, how many of you have gone to the grocery store in the last few days? Y'all saw that I did. I survived, yay me. I did survive a grocery store trip, so that was pretty crazy. So now I have these flowers, and I have to decide what it is I'm going to do with them. So I'm thinking perhaps there's not really any orange showing, but why not? And then I could do the pink one here, but that's too matchy-matchy. So why not do a different kind? I'm going to slide it a little bit underneath that one. So it kind of looks like it's coming up off that flower like that. Okay. So I'm going to put these on dimensionals too, but I'm going to put the dimensionals only on half of the flower. I think many of you guys have seen me do this before, where I take something and I put dimensionals on part of it, and then I put adhesive here on the other part. So I've got adhesive at the bottom there, and then the stickies, because then what happens is that part goes down flat and this part sticks up. If you just hold it for a minute, and it gives it a little bit more of a, it's pulling up off of the card base. This one I'm just going to put one right in the center. But I do like to do that because it's just fun to do that. Now I'm watching where my edge of that little leafy thing is. It's hard to see. It kind of gets lost in there, but I don't want to lose it completely. So I am trying to get this to where I like it. There we go. And I know some of you are thinking, you're covering up a lot of really pretty things. Yes, I am. I am, and I know. So then I have to decide, do I want any of these little ones on there? I don't know yet. I'm not sure. So, yeah, the grocery store is nuts. Nuts. We are having just a small group. We're going to my daughter's and with our son, one of our sons, and because our other sons live out of state. So it'll be a small little gathering, but my husband is making the turkey tomorrow. I'm doing the same thing with the ribbon. I want the ribbon to go over these stems. So I want the ribbon to be around here. But yeah, and we're going to watch the new, the like sequel to A Christmas Story after dinner. Because, you know, who doesn't watch A Christmas Story sometime during the holidays? Pretty typical. So there we go. We've got that. Now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to glue this to the front with my green glue or liquid glue. It's slightly off camera, but you guys know what I'm doing, so it's not a big deal. I don't know why I'm struggling today. The lighting here in my room, I'm in the basement, and right up there is block. It's like a block window, you know, those glass blocks. And during certain times of the year, it is so bright. I think it looks okay for you guys, but it is so bright that it's hard on my eyes to see clearly. It drives me nuts. So, all right. So I've got that done so far. I'm going to go ahead and use this scrap to stamp my sentiment on in the Mary Merlot again, which still there is Mary Merlot showing, and I have a couple of little Mary Merlot flowers also. So I'm going to stamp that, and I'm not going to worry about whether or not it's straight. Sorry for all the clankety noise, because I'm going to hand cut this, and I'm going to not panic about what it looks like. I'm just not. Cut that a little bit shorter. And it's going to be kind of even, kind of not even. And again, nobody's panicking, right? No one is panicking. And then to make it more obvious that I don't care, I'm doing that. Okay, is it crooked? Sure. Do I care? Nope, not even a little bit. Okay, again with the dimensionals. So I'm going to put those on there. And this time I'm going to put it kind of right below the ribbon. Kind of just barely, like, so the ribbon is still showing. Oops. Like so. And then I can decide, do I want to add more flowers? No, that's too big. Do I want to add this one? No, that's too yellow. But maybe I will add one like that. I still don't like it. I don't know. What do you guys think? I'll leave it there for a minute. But I'm definitely going to use some of these beautiful pearls. Maybe I'll set it under it. Maybe I'll set it there. Maybe. I don't mind that. Do you guys like that? I can't see. Sorry, you guys. All right, so I'm just going to go ahead and do it. I'm doing it. I'm just going to set it on there. Maybe I'll do another one to help tie that in over here. break up some of the green over there. Yeah, I'm not sure I like that. I'm going to put it up there behind that. And then since I have glue, I'll do the yellow one. Like so. And do I want to add this down here? No. I like them though. They're cute. All right. Yeah, that just looks so weird to me. Okay, I think I've made another decision. I hope you guys do this when you're creating. I hope you guys just go a little bit nuts and play, because you shouldn't panic about stuff. You should just enjoy the process. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to pop that one up. And then this way, I'm going to go ahead and use these and hope this works, because I'm committing here to these. And I don't even know yet if it's going to work, but I'm doing it anyway. All right, so it does stick out a little bit, but I'm good with it. Now, I'm just going to add some of these pretty pink pearls just around. There's also some lavendery ones and some darker shade of purple. But it is fun to add bling, don't you think? I do. I really love bling. I'm going to put one up here. Maybe it'll let me. Maybe it's going to fight with me. I'll put it right there. And then one more, because you have to have an uneven number. You guys know that, right? Where? We're going to put it down here. There we go. So, this one was a little crazy because I did it on the fly, like a crazy person. But I just wanted you to see that there is a progression. So no matter where you are in your stamping process, a beginner, you're kind of getting into it pretty good, or you're a crazy woman like me, there's room for everybody in the crafting world, especially when you've got stamps, ink, and paper. So if you love this, again, it is in the annual catalog. It is on page 66. It is the Awash in Beauty Suite. It's number 158988. If you want everything, it's $78.75, and that's for everybody. And just so you know, that does qualify you for the volume special, where you're going to get a free month of my card club. So think about that. Think about that. That's a $35 savings if you're a porch pickup. Otherwise, you will have to pay shipping. So, but anyway, so email me if you are interested in club, MemoryInkers@gmail.com. If you want to shop, MemoryInkers.com. That's my Stampin' Up! Website. Please use this hostess code, S as in Sam, V as in Victor, H as in Happy. There's no T for Thanksgiving, sorry. B as in boy, X as in X-ray, V as in Victor, N as in Nancy, E as in Eagle. So, I hope you enjoyed this. Please share my video and comment below that you have shared so that you can be in a drawing. And if you're watching this video on a page that someone has shared it, you can watch me live on Facebook.com/MemoryInkers. That's the only place I go live. But I do pop everything up to YouTube, which is also Memory Inkers on YouTube. So you can find me either way. And I hope you all have a wonderful Thanksgiving if you're not available to watch me tomorrow when I do another Wish List Wednesday for some great holiday ideas. Again, it's going to be on the Stamparatus, which is the Stampin' Up! Stamp Positioner, the best one on the market. Does so much stuff. So I hope you will be back here tomorrow. Have a blessed and wonderful day. Bye, everybody.